They say the most terrifying evil is the one that comes right into your home, through the screen that usually shows us a world of gloss and entertainment. At the end of 1999, on the threshold of the new millennium, the people of Taiwan encountered an evil that could be explained neither rationally nor supernaturally. It came at night, in the breaks between music videos on MTV, and its sole purpose was death. This is the story of a cursed advertisement that drove hundreds of people insane and into their graves. A story the authorities tried to forget, but one the victims could never escape. The message was short, fragmented, as if written by a trembling hand. It appeared on a little-known Asian forum dedicated to the paranormal in early December 1999. Third day, I can't sleep. I keep seeing her, that girl with the dead eyes from the nightly commercial break, her face. It won't go away. It just waits for me to lose control. What kind of damned psycho, what kind of sick mind could have created this? And that choir? It sounds in my head, non-stop, like a bell, tolling the last seconds of my life. I know what I must do. Tonight, at 4 a.m. It's the only way to silence her. Goodbye. The message was anonymous, and the most terrifying thing, it was far from the only one. A wave of similar posts swept across the web, and then a wave of suicides engulfed Taipei. The local press, stunned and frightened, dubbed the incident "suicide in the nightly broadcast." But the newspaper headlines couldn't convey a fraction of the horror the victims experienced. During the investigation, the police managed to piece together an approximate picture of what was happening. At night, from around 11 to 4 a.m, a strange clip appeared during the commercial breaks on MTV. It was stylized as a social advertisement against drug use, but it was something much more. Eyewitnesses, those fortunate enough to survive, described it with identical, soul-chilling details. First, the screen plunged into pitch blackness, not gradually, but abruptly, like a cut. And from the silence, growing like a tolling bell, came children singing. It wasn't a cheerful choir, but a monotone, almost mechanical chant in Latin. Specialists later suggested it could be a modified requiem or an excerpt from a forbidden Catholic liturgy dedicated to death. From the darkness, a slowly face manifested, the face of a young girl. Her skin was unnaturally white, almost porcelain like a doll's. But her eyes were alive and full of an inexpressible anguish and emptiness at the same time. She wasn't looking at the camera, she was looking somewhere through it, right into the viewer's soul. The camera slowly pulled back, showing that the girl was squatting on a dirty tiled floor in a room resembling an abandoned public toilet or basement. A large cobra slithered across the floor, its movement hypnotic, almost ritualistic. The girl, without tearing her deathly gaze from the viewer, slowly, as if in a dream, reached out her hand. She didn't grab the snake, she simply offered her pale skin to its head. An extremely detailed, disgusting close-up of the bite followed, but there was no blood. Instead, a black, oily smoke streamed from the wound. And then her gaze finally turned to the lens. Her eyes rolled back, becoming completely milky white, without pupils. And a smile appeared on her lips, a slow, unnaturally wide smile, stretching her face into a grimace that human musculature simply shouldn't be able to replicate. It wasn't a smile of joy, but a grin of pure, unadulterated evil. In the finale, characters appeared on the screen. They didn't just appear, they seemed to burn onto the screen, accompanied by a hissing sound. They listed the names of drugs ending with one single word: die. And all this under that same endless, bone-chilling singing. One of the survivors, a man named Lee Chen, gave an interview to journalists in early December. His words, recorded on tape, are blood-curdling. "I didn't understand at first." He was halting, quiet, and kept flinching. "I thought it was some new art house project, but then that feeling, a coldness inside, not outside, but inside my chest, as if something inside you is dying. I couldn't sleep for 2 nights, not because I was scared, but because I saw no point in it. Sleep, wakefulness, what's the difference?" Her face was always before me. I closed my eyes and saw it. I looked out the window and its reflection appeared on the glass. In the subway, in a crowd, she was there. She didn't do anything. She just looked at me and smiled. That smile. It told me that everything was meaningless, that the only way out was to come to her. And that choir, it sounds in my head nonstop, like a cricket that will never silence. You know what I regret now? I regret that last night I didn't have the courage to finish what I started, because she hasn't gone anywhere. She's waiting, and she will take me tonight. 3 days after this interview, Lee Chen was found dead in his apartment. In a suicide note, he begged his family to throw out the television and never turn it on after sunset. The police were at a dead end. The TV station denied ever airing such a clip. There was no copy in the archives, no payment documents, no requests for its placement. The actress was never identified. Her face didn't match any registered actress or model in East Asia. It seemed as if the advertisement had materialized from the broadcast itself, like a virus sent from somewhere beyond. By the end of December 1999, the broadcasts stopped as suddenly as they had begun. Taiwan welcomed the new year 2000, trying to forget this nightmare. The official investigation was quietly closed in 2006, blaming it all on mass hysteria. But the story didn't end there. In 2021, a video appeared on YouTube, a short one of poor quality, allegedly a digitized recording from a VHS tape. It showed everything the witnesses had described: the girl, the snake, the bite, the smile, the inscription, "Die." The comments under it were divided. Some screamed that this was the real advertisement. Others claimed it was a skillful fake, a tribute to the urban legend. But there is one detail. Those who watched this video on their screens in silence and alone left strange comments. They said that after watching, they got headaches, that they heard a distant echo of children singing when stepping out into a deserted alley, that they began to think they saw a pale face with an unnaturally wide smile out of the corner of their eye on the street. They wrote these comments only once, and they never returned to that account. The curse hasn't ended. It was simply waiting for its hour. After all, the screens have gotten bigger, and the nightly broadcast is now everywhere, and it waits for you to be alone with the darkness. Be mindful of what is broadcast on your screen, and remember, sometimes an advertisement can look right back at you and wait for your decision.